Welcome back everyone to another Coach Blakers video. Today we're going to be going over the do's and don'ts of support. So I'm actually playing ADC here. If you guys didn't know, I've been playing League of Legends for going on 10, 11 years maybe. I don't know, it's murky. And I've been coaching for 9 years. And I have an account for each role. Last year I climbed every role to Diamond, and we're going to do it again this year. This is going to be my ADC account. Now this is a Platinum game. This player has played about 400 games of Zilean and whatnot. But the reason why I want to make this video is because a lot of the times, and I deal with this a lot, when it was through Gold and through Platinum, players that are supports typically don't understand what they're doing wrong in the lane. There's a lot that goes into how an ADC should play the lane, and the support players most of the time don't understand what they're supposed to be doing. Obviously, if you play a hook support champion, it's easy. Solar hook, you get the kill, GG, right? But when you're dealing with mage supports and enchanters, sometimes they ruin the lane and don't really know why they did. And they don't really know how. And they don't know how to prevent it because people don't talk about it. They just complain. So hopefully supports, this video will help you guys understand how your ADC might want to play the lane. And when I play support, I have a leg up because obviously I played a carry too. So I just kind of know what my ADC wants. But I think this would be a very, very helpful video for you guys. A side note before we start is if you guys are interested in coaching, CoachBlaker.com is where you want to go. Also, I am doing a free trial sample coaching thing. Check my site out. But basically, you get a free taste of what coaching is like and seeing if it would benefit you. I know some of you guys are on the fence and aren't really sure. Some would try this new little thing and see if I get good feedback from you guys on it. You can't leave reviews if you get the trial. I just want you to know that. I don't want my reviews bloated. I want it to actually be students. So if you guys do get the trial, you can't leave a review. I'm not going to let it happen, and my mods won't either. But it is a way for you guys to get a sample of the sessions, and then you guys can see if you guys would like it or not and continue from there. I will say, if you guys are not serious about climbing, just please don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. You know, our time is valuable. We can be, I can be using my time on someone else that really wants to improve and climb, and you can be using your time doing whatever else you want to do. Okay. Without further ado, that was a long intro, wasn't it? 2 minutes. Oh, but without further ado, let's get started. So this guy's playing Zilean. I'm not saying I'm a particular god at Aphelios. I never said I was. I'm not a god in what way at all, but I do understand how I want to play my lane. So the first mistake is the Zilean started E. He started his slow. And again, I'm not trying to say this dude sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying 400 games of Zilean and we still are screwing up our AD carry's laning phase. There's something going on, and it's not just him. Like I said, it is a lot of supports that I play with that I don't duo with. So first things first, in this lane, we know we want to get level 2. Now, honestly, the enemy team doesn't know that he started E. I mean, if they paid attention, maybe, but I'm going to assume since it's Platinum, they don't know. And so he's already conceding our lane, basically making us lose, and we could straight up win right here. So first things first, when you're against a kill lane like this, there's 3 types of lanes. There's kill, poke, and sustain. When you're against the kill lane, you want to hit level 2 first, always. Now, obviously, I want to go for a trade, but look at where my support is. He's way back there. He's not in the line with me. Like, he's not parallel to me. So I don't really want to go for a trade. So I pinged him to assist because I was like, what are you, just go, like, go auto attack. What can Thresh and Kai'Sa really do right now? Nothing. But I don't want to, like, start the fight myself. So I try to ping him to go. You see, now I'm starting to do it by myself. But, like, he should be doing something with me, but he's not. And so already he's screwing up the laning phase for me when we should be hitting level 2 first. Already, right off the bat, we should be hitting level 2 first to get that priority in the lane. So that's mistake number 1. As a support, if you are going into a kill lane, please get level 2 first. Every single time, get level 2 first, because that kill lane wants level 2 first. He then starts to trade, but it's after. Again, I'm not saying I'm a pro or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But, like I said, you know, a lot of the laning phase got really sloppy because of how it was played. So we hit level 2. We back up. Perfectly fine. I was forced to cleanse out. I think I do have to flash out here. I already knew I would get my heal off if I hit my auto. So I hit my auto, I live. But that could have been avoided if we just hit level 2 first. So that's one way my lane kind of just got screwed over, right? So first rule, hit level 2 with your AD carry. Right here, I'm just pretty much farming, trying to get what I can on your tower. You know, it is what it is. You can't sometimes, you can sometimes. So my lane's actually like really hard screwed. I'm forced to farm under tower. I'm going to miss a lot of CS. The good part is I get the experience, but because we didn't hit level 2 first, like I have to back early. I'm getting really bad CS under tower. And you could say, well, you just suck as AD carry. It's nothing to do with that. The lane was just over because we couldn't play together. We have to try to hit level 2 first. So I have to recall. I spent all my guns, or I spent my pistol. He then had to back really late because he got stopped. So now we're just out of sync, and I think he cancels it. So yeah, he canceled it to CS, mind you. So then he takes a wave. Now I'm not there yet, so I'm not really tripping too hard on it. But now we have our back timer stagger. What does this mean? This means that I can't play the lane because you're not here anymore, right? So don't stagger your back timers. It's very, very crucial you don't do that as a bot lane duo. And then he'll stop. Like, this is the perfect time to back because they're backing, right? So essentially, if he backs with them, realistically, I'm not in any danger. I'll just freeze the wave or slow push the wave, wait for him to come back. He stops his back. So it's like, not only did you stop your back, but now you're out of sync with me and their bot lane. On top of that, my lane is slow pushing. And he stops his back again. And like, I don't know if he tried to shove it, he wasn't paying attention to the lane, whatever. But now my lane is slow pushing, and now I'm basically screwed. Because how am I supposed to CS? Like, well, I have to walk up to CS and I'll die. Right? So now I'm double fucked. Again. We didn't hit level 2 first. We didn't play together, hit level 2 first. The second thing. We'd have staggered back timers. That should just never be a thing. You should always back together. So I'm just chilling way back here. I mean, my support has 10 CS in the first 5 minutes. Intentionally. So that kind of sucks. I'm forced to farm way back for him to get back. Cool, he gets back. I think I get gone on too, but I'm alright. I started to juke stuff and it was fine. I did a little bit of damage, but I really don't want to be here. That hook was sus. Like, this was my fault. But at the same time, I didn't think that hook was going to land. It was super sus. This dude's lucky as hell, or he's just really good. Like, look how far that was. I did not think that was going to hit. Look how far I am. Like, what the fuck? But it got me off guard, I guess. We trade there, though, I believe. Yeah, he gets a kill. I mean, it's not really a trade, but, you know. Yeah, so that was my fault there. I did not think it would hit me, and it hit me. But none of that would have happened if, obviously, we played the lane properly in the first place. Again, she now has another fat wave that I don't get to have. Obviously, with me overextending, I'm going to die. Now, you could say, well, you didn't have to overextend. That is true. I didn't have to. But, I mean, by this point, it was like, dude, I'm taking whatever I can get. Usually, that's kind of the mentality you have to be in, especially if you feel like you're the only one that's going to carry the game. You do kind of have to do risky stuff like that. Unfortunately, I got killed, but I already knew they were on Dragon. So, you know, if you're focusing me, Talia, we're getting a free drag. It is what it is. Then he intentionally takes more CS from me. Again. So, not here. I believe it's the next wave, yeah? He was like auto. Oh no, it wasn't this one because he got blasted. Then he pinged my cleanse. Like that was like he was gonna survive if I had heal, which would not have happened if we can see here. In what way does heal save him here? Dude's fucked. But this is just one of those kind of players that are kind of egotistical, and they don't really understand that they are playing pretty poor. And they are costing me. They're costing the AD carry of the lane. I see this happen whether I'm an ADC or not, whether I'm coaching an ADC. And I really strive to tell supports to not do what, you know, to not ruin the lane for the AD carry. But it happens over and over and over again. It kind of sucks. And then throughout the entirety of the game here, I didn't really mind that he was roaming because I was going to type to him to roam, but he already started doing it. So I was like, this lane's over. But it was over because we didn't hit level 2 first. I mean, we ended up winning this game because I'm very good at playing from behind. Look, I used to be a Yasuo main back in the day, and I was always behind. So I just learned how to play from behind, period. But we lost lane because, A, we couldn't hit level 2 first because we didn't work together to hit level 2. B, our backs were staggered. They weren't together. They weren't in sync, right? C, we both got caught, right? I got caught once, he got caught once. But again, that really doesn't matter. The lane was kind of already doomed from the get-go from there. So this is why it's important to not do things like that. And another thing is like if the laner's trying to freeze the wave, like if your ADC's trying to freeze the wave and you just like throw a spell out, Lux players, Xerath players, Vel'Koz players, you push the wave. And if they're trying to freeze it, I feel like if I wanted her to actually come to this because I knew I was going to get dove. But like, you know, usually low elo junglers don't pay attention to stuff like dives. But this is just a free double kill, and I didn't have to die here. Unfortunate, but again, you know, it's not a high elo game, so you can't really expect stuff like that. I was just happy she got the kills, so you know, it kind of worked itself out. We come back, and like I said, there's a point where I tried to freeze it, and he started throwing just like spells out. He started auto attacking, and it just kind of sucks because I'm trying to set up my wave, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm playing right, and it always gets screwed up. So as an AD carry player to another, I'm also a support player, but as an AD carry player to you support players, really think about how you need to win your lane. Really think about how the wave state needs to be. Does the wave need to be near us or need to be near the enemies? Do I need to lay off the poke for a little bit so we can get the wave in the right spot? Or should I just continue to perma push and perma poke? Like, these are things you really got to pay attention to, because when you really screw over your AD carry, like, look at the CS difference here. She has 110 CS, and I have 63. Because of the two things that happened early. And again, this is where people are like, dude, you suck, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't know if they were saying that. I had things muted. But I'm just saying, I usually coach students and they end up in situations like this, and then they're like told that they suck. And it's like, it has nothing to do with that. The lane was ruined from the get-go. So, as a support main, please think about how your lane needs to be played out. Think about where the wave state needs to be. Think about what AD carry you're playing with. Because sometimes if you're playing Nautilus or you're playing Thresh and your ADC is a, I don't know, you're just going to say Jinx. Just because you land a hook at level 3 doesn't mean you can actually beat a Lucian and a Zyra, right? Like, these are things you got to think about before you screw over the lane. And the sad part is a lot of AD carries sometimes don't even know that you're going to screw over their lane until you screw over their lane. And then they're like, oh, my lane's over. Because they didn't understand that. And as a support, if you do understand that, you got easy games. This is probably a long video. 11 minutes, not that bad at all. Wow, that's not bad at all. So I hope this helped you guys. It might seem like a rant, but it's not meant to be. Like I said, I just really wanted to use it as a teaching purpose. As I said, I don't really pump out videos too much because I want to make sure the content is quality. And I think this is a very important concept, especially if you guys are trying to reach Diamond as a Platinum support. You really got to focus on how to play your lane, because it is a two-man lane, and that's why this is one of the harder lanes to play, because there's 4 players down there, 2 each, right? Top, mid, jungle can all play alone. They don't really need anyone else. But as an AD carry to support, you guys got to play in tandem or your lane's going to be screwed. So, like I said, it's not a ranting video. It's just something that I've noticed a lot playing as an ADC through gold and through platinum. And even diamond sometimes. Supports need to... we gotta get our act together, supports. That's all I'm trying to say. Get your act together. Not saying your AD carries are just gospel angels and they're little, they don't do anything bad and they're good. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is if you can improve your play on how the lane should be played, because majority of the lane is played by the support. That is who wins the lane. If you guys didn't know as supports, it's not your AD carry being a god. The support dictates how the lane goes, and the support dictates if it's going to be a win or a loss. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time you should be able to win your AD carry lane. As long as it's obviously favorable. If you're like playing Yuumi and Ezreal, good luck. You're just going to sit there and AFK, right? So, again, if you guys are interested in coaching, CoachBlaker.com is where you want to go. If you guys are on the fence about it and you guys want to test it out, again, CoachBlaker.com is where you want to go. Make sure you guys are serious about improving and climbing, and go ahead and book that little test sample session, see if it's something for you. Again, if it's not something that's for you and you want to do it, like I always say, for shits and giggles, excuse my French, don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. Let me be able to help other players that are actually trying to climb and trying to get better at the game, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Late. Hope it helped. If I have any more games where I think there's something I need to talk about that's major, then I will. But for now, this is all I got. Thank you guys for doing what? Approaching this like a coach.